Well, we'll give people a little more time to get on here real quick before we get started. I grab my Bible real quick here. I am going to read something to us that will be a blessing, I believe, to us, and it kind of goes in parallel. One of the unusual things I think that I realize, and just the grateful things, something I'm grateful for, is that since we have started this journey in the Book of Acts, or since I kind of told the Lord that agreed to be obedient to the Holy Spirit, that that's what we're going to do, something happens periodically, and we it happened first on February. We got through the fast. Then it happened the February the 12th, I believe. And we've had a couple of those instances since then where the Lord's Spirit just kind of breaks out. And it's not contrived. It's not something that we manufacture. It's just a special move of God for what He wants to do in the lives and in the midst of His people. And what I want to read is the at the end of Acts chapter 4, at the end of Acts chapter 4, and verse number 31. And this is what happens when they prayed for boldness. They wanted to be strengthened in their faith, and the Lord did something unusual. And you don't see this all the time. You don't see this every place. I think that there are certain times where God does certain things. In Acts chapter 4, verse 31, this is after, the portion of the sermon on yesterday where it talks about being brazen. We didn't get to that during the first service. We did during the second service. But that we need to be bold and stand for God, that we need to be bold in our pursuit of God, that we need to be bold in our prayer request of God. And I'm saying that because there's a lot that goes into this. And I'm going to read this, and it says, this is what Peter says in verse number 27. It says, "Indeed, Herod and Pontius Pilate met together with the Gentiles and the people of Israel in this city to conspire against your holy servants, your holy servant Jesus, whom you anointed." This is part of his prayer. "They did what your power and will decided beforehand should happen,